Some people let the cameras into their homes, hoping for a chance. Others just wanted people to understand them a little better. Whatever the reason, they opened their doors to TLC. For a moment, it looked like things were getting better. Then the cameras left. What happened after that was often much darker than anything shown on television. Some people ended up in prison, had public meltdowns, or got pulled into custody battles. In some cases, people died. This pattern is hard to ignore once you start looking. Former TLC stars often end up in impossible situations after the show ends. Let's start with a girl named Alana. The whole country saw her as a funny kid with a big personality. But in reality, she was being failed by the one person who was supposed to protect her the most. There's no better place to start than Toddlers and Tiaras, a show that put girls as young as 3 years old on stage, dressed up and under intense pressure to perform in front of judges. The stress on these children was visible. Their parents were constantly pushing them. The beauty standards forced on the kids, who hadn't even started kindergarten, were completely unrealistic. Some of the outfits, some of the routines, weren't appropriate for children that age. And still, about 1.6 million people watched every week. Some watched for the drama, some watched for the chaos. Critics pointed at the mothers, saying many were using their daughters to live out dreams they never achieved themselves. And almost always, that meant putting ambition ahead of the child's well-being. No one embodied this more than June Shannon and her daughter Alana, who the world came to know as Honey Boo Boo. Alana was magnetic on screen. She said unexpected things, made wild faces, and had an energy that made her impossible to ignore. Her mother, June, was compelling too, but in a very different way. From the moment she appeared, she was raising concern. She famously gave her 6-year-old daughter a mix of Mountain Dew and Red Bull to keep her energized during competitions. Pediatric experts were horrified. The caffeine levels in energy drinks are already too much for adults, let alone a first grader. And that wasn't all. There was a pattern. June pushed Alana to show more skin, to act more provocatively, to behave in ways that made a lot of people uncomfortable. Despite all of this, TLC saw opportunity. Alana and June were given their own show. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. It pulled in 2.4 million viewers per episode and ran for 4 seasons. Then it all fell apart. A report revealed that June was in a relationship with Mark McDaniel, a registered sex offender who had served 10 years in prison for abusing a child. TLC immediately canceled the show, claiming the health and welfare of their stars was a priority. But that statement didn't hold up. What this really showed was a deeper pattern. 2 of June's daughters, Jessica and Pumpkin, were fathered by another registered sex offender. June spoke about it publicly. The damage was already done. At that point, people weren't angry about the show being canceled. They were asking one question: is Alana safe? By 2019, that question became even harder to answer. June was arrested alongside her boyfriend after police found drugs and needles in their car. Then in 2022, a family court ruled her unfit to parent. 16-year-old Alana was placed in the custody of her older sister, Pumpkin. That decision came after years of watching June choose everything over her daughter. Alana has spoken about it herself, and it's hard to listen to. She talked about being scared, about having a mother she couldn't trust, about a relationship that felt more like a business deal than a family, like she was an asset, not a child. And then there's the money. The saddest part of all, Alana never saw a single dollar from the show. June spent it all, and Alana's response wasn't anger. It was exhaustion. She reached a point where she said she didn't even want the money anymore. She just wanted it acknowledged. The good news, Pumpkin stepped up in every way June didn't. Alana is now studying nursing at Regis University. She seems grounded despite everything she went through. As for June, she claims to be sober now, but continues chasing reality TV, signing deals with smaller networks just to stay relevant. Some people don't change their habits. They just change the channel. As troubling as Alana's story is, There were warning signs from the beginning. That's not what happened with the Duggar family. On the surface, they were everything TLC's audience wanted. A devout household, a large, structured family, a life built on faith and discipline. They first appeared in a special called 14 Children and Pregnant Again, and they presented themselves as a perfect example of conservative values. Audiences loved them. But behind the image, something was very wrong. In 2015, everything changed. Their eldest son, Josh Duggar, was identified in an investigation involving abuse of minors. What investigators uncovered went back to 2002, when Josh was 14. He had inappropriately touched a girl while she was asleep. His father knew, and instead of going to the police, he tried to handle it within the family. Josh later issued a public apology. It sounded polished, controlled, balanced somewhere between accountability and damage control. He talked about forgiveness, counseling, faith. TLC quietly pulled the show before canceling it, and surprisingly, many viewers defended him, saying he was young, that he didn't understand. But that wasn't the end. That same year, his name appeared in the Ashley Madison data breach, a website built for infidelity. He admitted it, called himself a hypocrite, checked into rehab. Then in 2021, federal agents arrested Josh Duggar. This time, it was far more serious. He was charged with possessing child sexual abuse material. The content involved children under 12. A federal jury convicted him. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison. The Duggar story forces a question. How much of what we see is real? Because everything about their image was designed to project perfection, and the entire time, TLC was profiting from it. That image was rotting from the inside. Around the same time, TLC was airing another kind of story, My 600 Pounds Life, a show that in theory was meant to help. It followed people struggling with extreme obesity as they tried to qualify for surgery and change their lives. Some stories were inspiring, but many ended in tragedy. Robert Butchell lost weight, then died of a heart attack at 41. Sean Milliken lost over 400 pounds. His heart gave out. Kelly Mason, Lupe Fuentes, both died from heart complications. The truth is, for many of them, it was already too late. Years of damage couldn't be undone. The show helped them lose weight, but it didn't fix what caused it in the first place. Larry Myers Jr. lost weight, but returned to old habits. Food had been his way of coping with loss, with pain. And when the cameras left, so did the support. Gina Crabtree struggled from a young age. She lost some weight, but died at just 30. James Bonner lost his leg in an accident, fell into depression, gained weight, then fought back. He lost over 400 pounds, got sober, did everything right, but the pain inside never left. He died at 30. Destiny Latch lost over 500 pounds, but still felt trapped. Food was her comfort and her destruction. She died a year later. So the question becomes, is the show really helping people or just turning their struggles into entertainment? TLC has another hit, 90 Day Fiancé, a show about international relationships. It's honest about one thing. It thrives on drama. Larissa Lima and Colt Johnson, constant fighting, arrests, divorce. Paul Stale and Corrine Martins, marriage, children, collapse. They eventually lost custody. Jeffrey Paschal, now in prison for assaulting his fiancée. Then there was John and Kate, +8, a family falling apart in real time. Arguments, pressure, cameras everywhere. John wanted it to stop. Kate didn't. The show kept going. Eventually, the marriage collapsed, and the damage stayed with the children. Even today, the family is divided. Some kids live with John, some with Kate. One of the daughters said something simple but powerful. She felt seen by her father. That's what was missing all along. Reality television doesn't show you this part. You don't get a show when your life is stable. You get a show when something is off, when something is messy, when something is breaking, and the cameras don't fix those problems. They amplify them. They turn private struggles into public spectacle. And when filming ends, there's no safety net, no real support, just millions of people who watch it all unfold. Most of these people weren't famous before. They were already struggling. The cameras didn't create their problems, but they didn't make them better either. TLC kept producing content, kept making money, no matter what happened to the people on screen. And that's the part they don't want you to think about.